Here we go into the asylum. Welcome back to Masquerade, the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, by the way. Talking. Let's get some licensed music. See how easily I can get banned here. I thought I had the idea of playing through this part.
What do we
Ooh,
have here?
oh right.
Another scrumptious young plaything straight out of life and into my club? You smell new, little girl. Like fabric softener.
I think I have the stats for this.
I'm not frightening you, am I, duckling?
What?
Oh my.
Yes.
This ought to be absolutely delicious. Two minds as crazy as ours, and who
So
knows
here is the character I picked Malkavian for, pretty much.
Oh, but you got it bad, little girl.
Just, I wanted to be Malkavian so we could get this special dialogue with Jeanette.
Of course, you're right. You just happened to meet the prettier face first.
You're the whiteness, she of alabaster and ivory.
Wait until Therese hears that. I am white to her black. She'll be absolutely furious. Of course, I won't be wearing white to any weddings, but we could talk about that later.
Here we go. We need 2 seduction for this.
I can tell you and I are going to get along just like fire hoses.
Yes.
When you get turned on, there's bound to be flames.
You have to pick these very specific dialogue choices because I want to be nice to both of these sisters. I want to get on their good side. Yes, the nice one. Yeah, I spelled her name. Her name's Jeanette. Oh well.
I just love to give you funny feelings all night, sweetheart, but I really must trouble with some business. We'll reunite sweet and soon, I promise.
Till our shattered selves once again collide. And now, ooh, path around her, please. She is dressed like this in without the texture pack, except it's a white blouse and she has blonde hair. If you can't get it from her, you can ask the bartender. And we also want, I don't know if I'll be able to get her, but these are what they call blood dolls. There are people who are into vampires, and they will let you feed from them in public. You need a certain amount of seduction to convince them to let you do this. I have enough now. Keep saying nice things. So here you go, right in the middle of the club. No one takes notice. And you definitely don't want to kill blood dolls. So she'll basically give you free blood whenever you come back. And here's another familiar face. Do I have enough in persuasion? I don't have enough persuasion yet. Oh no. You can get a bonus experience point from this guy. There's no way. Well, I'm just gonna have to get rid of that then. Ghoul and Ghoul, what say you?
Yeah, not much. Just waiting around for my master. Okay. I guess I can tell you about it. Oh man, his name's Bertram Tongue. He's a Nosferatu.
Ah, I too seek nasty dude. This is who I'm partially who I'm looking for. And it just happens that Nox is Bertram Tongue's school. Well, other than me, you know. Here. Alright, this is a side quest you have to talk to him about. Special Malkavian dialogue again.
This guy, this thing, got wise to me. Now instead of me watching him, he's watching me, you know? I see this guy appear around me all the time, like off in the distance watching me. He'll warp up next to me. Oh man, and I'll disappear. It's freaking me out. I know this thing is totally toying with me. I want to put a bullet in its head, but who knows if that'll do anything. So I was waiting.
Yeah, it won't, so you know.
Well, if I know where he disappeared to, it's messed up. Look, I didn't want to ask you, but since you're a kick-ass vampire and I'm just a lowly ghoul, would you mind getting rid of this thing?
I guess I'll ask him for a reward.
Girl, what could I possibly have that a freaking vampire would want?
Oh, I need money. I mean, you know.
I'll let him know you're looking for him. How's that? Come on. Hell yeah! Right on! Okay, like I said, he's some kind of Asian vampire thing, you know? The only clue I got is this driver's license that he dropped once while I was tailing him. I mean, so freaked out that I haven't even had a chance to check it out.
Here.
The picture on the license isn't him. I don't know why he had it, but, well, it might help you find out where he is and what he's doing. Here, take it. Right on.
Okay. So, if your persuasion is high enough,
Maybe I'll see Bertram by then.
maybe I can still get it.
Sure, what do you want to know?
No, never mind. If you have enough persuasion, you can say your story doesn't quite add up, and you can figure out a little extra about the Asian vampire, and it gives you an extra point. Oh, I can't actually go up yet? Maybe it hasn't been long enough, so the model is still in the elevator, and Jeanette has to actually get out. This is a secondary blood doll.
Is this place always so dead?
She's related to other quests, I believe.
That was an interesting thing to say. What are you, some kind of barroom philosopher? Or is that your idea of girl talk?
Hey,
I don't know. I'm not usually into girls.
bonus. Yeah, I don't need blood though, so this is just like a demonstration. Okay, you're good. Stay right there. Now, can I go up the elevator now? Nope. I guess I do have to talk to the bartender. The sisters spawned of the two-headed god.
The only sisters around here are Teresa and Jeanette. They own the place. They're both upstairs fighting as usual. Why do you need to see them?
I think this will work either way, but let's go for this one.
My job. Go on up and see her. Take the elevator over there.
That was a persuade check, not a seduce check, by the way. Surprisingly. You can seduce him before... if you don't get Jeanette to... if you didn't impress Jeanette with your seduction ability. Hey, a mirror. There is no reflection in it. Oh, I am a vampire for real. So we just have to wait for them to finish arguing. So also in the nightclub there is a dance floor. You can dance, and it's you do that same animation with the dancers. They all circle around you because you're such a good dancer. And if you dance for about 5 minutes, gives you a point of humanity. So you can do that in all the dance clubs. If your humanity is getting low and you want to restore it, just go dancing in all the clubs you can find. It's kind of slow and boring, but it does work. Okay, here we go.
Please come in. I do
Once again,
apologize
I
for
have
my
to
sister's
say
crassness. It
exactly
made
the
you
right
uncomfortable.
things to
She's
her.
not abashedly scandalous, but in the club business, I suppose that kind of personality is a necessary evil.
Let's try to be neutral.
Therese Borman, yes. I'm the proprietor of this club, and the only person in this city whose good side it's in your best interest to stay on. What brings you to Santa
That's an
Monica?
excellent line as well, by the way. The only person in the city whose good side it is in your best interest to stay on.
Tongue's exile is self-imposed, I assure you. But then, what reason would I have not to hate that loathsome Nosferatu scoundrel? Bloody Nosferatu. They're so unclean.
By the way, if you come in here as a Nosferatu, she's less than happy. She gets special dialogue with her too. Yes.
He meddles in my affairs. He's a bad influence on my sister, and she on him. If you were in my place, would you let him compromise your authority? You most certainly would not. I'd quite like it if I never had to hear that name again. Why would I do that? Let him think I mean to kill him. That way I don't have to worry about him sabotaging everything. Do you realize how his subterfuge makes me look to the Camarilla?
I don't know, actually.
Co-conspirators' actions ruined my chance at partnership in a crucial piece of property. I do have several other promising ventures, and one in particular has been, to say the least, an ordeal. I'd be willing to put the word out that my grievances with Tongue have been swept under the rug, but in return, you'll have to help me remove a particularly burdensome spirit from a property I'm looking to invest in.
Ghosts. This one.
Rumor is that a personal item of a ghost may be used to draw it out or excise it from its haunt. While I don't put a lot of stock in hearsay, it's my last option. So I want you to go to the Ocean House Hotel, find an item of the spirits, and bring it back. If you have to tear the building apart, do so. 3 construction crews have already refused to go back to work because they've been spooked, so to speak. You don't. They're perfectly harmless. Oh, I fully intend to do so. You'll find that dealing with me on the whole is appreciably more predictable than dealing with some of the egomaniacs that are my peers. So long as our business doesn't go sour, my word is gold.
Yeah.
Before I forget, take this. The only way to reach the Ocean House this time of night is through a tunnel in the sewers. You'll need that key to open the gate for that tunnel. If you'll excuse me, I've got situations to set straight.
Okay. So she looked much taller when you're in dialogue with her, but I think the camera's just set lower. I'm trying to think what her outfit is different for the mod I'm using, the texture pack. I can't think of anything. I think she has like less ridiculous looking shoes on. Anyway, she collects creepy art all over the place. These masks, wooden masks. This is just a generic painting. You can also hack their computers, but you can only hack one while one's here and the other while the other's here. This is like Jeanette's half of the room, I guess. You can tell by the ridiculously tacky bed. And their painting. This appears to be sisters and their father. Now, you might say, this looks a little off. Does the perspective look a little strange? Shouldn't she be facing like a little bit further this way? The perspective is wrong. But the man's face is perfectly mirrored on either side. It's like flipped straight down the middle and copied. So That must have been done on purpose. These must have been, like, painted this way on intentionally. Also, you notice that the sisters are blonde, they're black-haired here. The texture pack does change their hair color to black. I'm not sure why. It's really pointless to me. Anyway, let's go back down. We have a new quest to get on her good side, but we also have a few side things we can do. I think that's the only things that are in the asylum right now. Except we can walk around and check out the 2000s aesthetic clothing and dance. Yeah. This is my favorite guy, by the way, the gas mask shirtless man. The twins. This game does character models pretty well. Like, you don't see a whole lot of like recycled ones. You don't see the same person in the same place very often. They're at least like around the corner or whatever. But for whatever reason, the asylum has 2 or 3 repeats, and it's a little bit of a shame. So we need to check a license plate, or not license plate, a driver's license. This is going to be inefficiently done, I'm sure, because I'm going to have to come back here like 3 times. And I would go down into the sewer if I wanted to go to the ghost house, which we will do very soon. And here we go. Arthur Kilpatrick.
Hey there, what can I do you for?
If you're new to town or just new to this whole radio thing, you're listening to The Dead of Night. The only girl who
What?
spent the night with you.
Ain't coming back? What do you mean he ain't coming back?
Well, looks like the girls are letting up. Another popular one.
Man, that's a tough one. Bounty hunter ain't no good without his trigger finger. Well, hell, that really leaves me in hot water, boy. Gonna cost old Arthur real good. I got this guy with a sheet a mile long, put in on 3 warrants. His girlfriend put up for the bond, and now he missed the court date. I can't get in touch with either of them. Want a job?
2. Actually 3.
Well, it won't be much of a job since you ain't licensed and all, but until I can get me another bounty hunter, I need you to find out if this guy skipped town or what.
Both them in Italy.
Yeah, no body attachment or nothing. Just find out if he's here or where he went. I'll pay you. Deal?
If you don't ever ask him for money, he never repays you for the last job. So...
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Here you are. Great, all right. The guy's name is Mike Durbin. Goes by the name Muddy. His girlfriend put up for his bond. She lives over there above Tripp's pawn shop. Her name is Marion Murrieta, but I haven't been able to get in touch with her.
Oh yeah.
Well, I wouldn't normally tell you this, but since you did help me out, Tripp down at the pawn shop. He's a little fried and paranoid, so he don't usually sell guns to anyone. But just tell him old Arthur sent you. He'll set you up all right.
I see.
Okay.
What the... footprint? Oh, you mean his record? Well, he was brought up on manslaughter.
Machiavellian dialogue.
But he got acquitted.
Again.
Since then, he's been in and out for this, that, small-time stuff mostly. That's right. Marianne Murrieta.
So, this is my neighbor. You're dissing my apartment, dude, just so you know.
Be careful. You're not licensed, and if anything bad goes down, I don't know you. You hear me?
Okay. So, I need to plug in Virgil Crumb. Its last name first.
Thank you, Gomez, and that concludes the
Crumb.
the show.
B.
Well, this girl's got to pay her bills, so it's time for a few commercials.
So now we have a clue on where this guy is. This is not the actual vampire. It's a fake, of course. Also, Mike Durbin.
Let's listen for which one they preferred.
Ma'am, care to participate
There we
in the
go.
taste test? Here, try this leading brand of chicken.
And he sure did run.
Now, try
There's a
this.
third name I need, but I don't think I can do it yet. Let me just real quick. Thin blood, yeah. Oh yeah, I need to go to Surfside Diner back again.
Take a test for me?
Sure.
I'll be back eventually. What was I saying? Probably nothing. I was probably saying nothing. That's honestly usually the way I do things. I've already gone to the diner to scam the cashier lady out of $50. But I need her to help me again. Hello.
What'll it be, honey? Is that a trick question?
Let me actually ask
Hey, girls. Like
a few other questions that I know are not the correct answer.
Been in here in ages. Let me think. Oh yeah, about 4 dozen a week. Thin blood. Sounds familiar.
It's because it's good dialogue.
Tropical diseases. I know I've heard that before. Oh, that girl. Nice girl.
That jogs her memory nicely.
I've seen in here for years.
Thin blood is apparently
Junkies and crazies I normally see.
good enough to
I remember her. Yeah.
jog her memory without being too revealing.
She didn't order a thing. Yeah, she looked so hungry too. Just sat there all night with a full glass of water in front of her, talking about this and that. She seemed lonely, a little scared, so I let her stay in the booth until we closed. She left some stuff here. You seem to know her. Why don't you give it back to her if you run into her?
Okay, so now we have key, a photo of a girl, and should be a bail bond. Now, we just came from the bail bondsman, but I will head back. I could have looked up this information beforehand, but it would have been kind of sequence breaking, sort of, not really. This would be the order you would actually do it in, because this is the order you'd learn. So I didn't want to just like type in a name and you would have no idea as a viewer why the heck I was doing that. So this. There we go. We're looking for a red Lightning Bird 77 with the plate Gaikoni. And where do we know that they keep cars in this city? So I'm going to try to be a bit more efficient with my wanderings. I should have probably gone to the diner first before heading to the bail bondsman to turn in that quest and get the next one. So, looking for a red car, and we do have a key for it now. Red car, license plate, Gaikoni. And these just spawned in, nice. And we have a diary. Ugh. Also, if I... No, yeah, I already went in there to his apartment. Also, Trip at the pawn shop will not sell guns to you. You can convince him with a persuade check. I think either persuade or seduce. And he will open that up early. Otherwise, you need to get permission from the bail bondsman, or there's another character who will also allow him to sell you guns. I forget who it is exactly. This is the spare key I was talking about, because this was too difficult for me to pick. So now the key spawns here for this quest. I can open this right up. Listen to this.
Hey, Mayor, it's Mike. Look, I gotta head downtown for a few days, maybe longer. If Reno calls, tell him to meet me down there. We got something to discuss, apparently. I'll be at Milton's place in the Skyline Lofts 2A. Sorry, baby. I'll explain everything later.
So Skyline Lofts, that's not anywhere we can get to yet, but it's another location. While I'm here, let's just check my email, see if anything new's come up. It sure has. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Favor. Vial of werewolf blood has made it to the hands of the local tabloid. They sent it to the clinic. It's right across the street. So what I need to do is when I go in there to check on the body of Virgil Crumb, so-called Virgil Crumb, I also need to pick up a package of werewolf blood. This will be worth a bit of Masquerade redemption and some money, so it's well worth doing. Plus XP, of course. So when we checked on the bail bondsman's computer, Virgil Crumb is deceased, and of course that is a fake body. Oh, there was a rat. Dismissed. What to do next? Let's actually go in here. And we will do the Thin Bloods quest. I think, hold on. Do I have to? Oh yeah, we'll read her diary. Local blood bank. This is how you would find where she is. Rolf bought blood from the blood bank. Okay, so this is where you'd find where she has gone. I'm actually going to save because this is a relatively tricky stealth part. Let me just check and see. Yep, that girl is no longer in there. So there's going to be 2 or 3 security guards, so let me do a nice little save. That's the name of my save. So let me say thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, in case I totally screw this up and it takes really long. Okay, so right now this is considered a public area. All the cameras are on, that's not good. Door. No, my hacking skill's not high enough. Nope. No. Just need more computers. Let's see, I do have 6 XP. So I can get my... What else gives me hacking? Probably a better buy, to be honest. Increase my defense a little bit. Maybe now I can. There we go. Page, what interesting password. So that turned on the camera in Controlled Substances Lab. Which means I need to go find a different computer to turn that off. However, there's still those patrolling guards walking around in here. Now this is technically a combat area, so I guess one of them may have seen me slightly. Yeah, he did.
This area is for hospital staff only. You can let yourself out.
Just dementate him and it gives you his keys. Here's another key, if you couldn't do that. Camera for Controlled Substances Lab. Controlled Substances camera has been disabled. Okay. Now we can do this without breaking any laws, and he will just continue to be fine with me. This is Controlled Substances. Werewolf blood. And then there is another thing I can do here. Prescription storage. This is... He just walked away, okay. This one over here, for some reason there's no key for this. I do need to up my security skill. Kind of lame. And this is probably not going to be pickable for me, huh? Oh, it is. So, it's just bonus money, extra stuff I can sell. Now my blood's getting a bit low. I believe there is a computer. Yeah, this is where you could find the password for Dr. Malcolm's computer if you want to blackmail him earlier. There's another computer somewhere that lets you open that without needing to pick it, but I don't know what that is. Let's go downstairs. I notably picked these locks beforehand. I think I did, didn't I? Oh, I didn't. Lame. Luckily, I can blood buff my way through all of this. Thank you. Just open that from the other side. Can't do that. I need that persuasion skill. Damn it. Persuasion. I could do that though. Okay, I need to convince this gentleman.
Who are you? What are you doing back here? Oh, you here for the special sauce? Okay, stupid question, Phil. She's in the freezer. Today's code is pink, Phil. It's, moon landing, 1969.
Didn't move your lips. Nice job. So, this male nurse was not here before. You don't get that bonus XP point if you don't convince him to give you the code. If you pay for it, or any other means that you might find, like, say, hacking a particular computer, then you don't get the XP points. So you definitely want to have 4 persuasion to do that. I think you need 4 persuasion. Maybe you just choose the right dialogue options. Anyway, I want to be sure, and he gives you the password here. I can do it. Opens a secret door. Opens this. And what do we have here?
Hunger. I need it. A drop of it on my tongue, sliding down my throat. The hot flash in my brain lighting up my body. I can smell it everywhere. Blood.
Lost little sickling flower.
It's painful, like I'm going to die. It's calling. Never felt like this before. Let me go. I can smell it. I have to have it.
The only thing you don't want to do is blackmail her, which is that third option. Just don't do that.
Let me go.
Alright, well. Even though she's not actually locked down, let's pretend. Nom nom nom. I'm like, okay. Look at that weird stretching under the armpits because of they just used a generic skeleton model. So I have like the like a male character's rigging. It stretched me all out weird. Jeez.
So satisfying. All of it. I drank until I heard his heart stop and I was sucking on a dry, dead artery. It was euphoric. But I've killed him. I've never killed anyone before. What happened? What came over me? Beast? What is that? Why couldn't I stop myself? Why did it feel so right? I tried to steal some blood. I heard they sold it. I was hungry, and I can't hunt in town. They caught me, and I was trapped. Thought I'd never escape, but I killed a man. I have to get out of here. Flower? My name's Lily, if that's what you mean.
So she's been, my character's been calling her a flower this whole time. I kind of already knew her name was Lily. You are the flower of V that comes before F and G.
E? You know E? How do you know E? I tried to tell E about his condition, but he was so furious at me for what I'd made him into, he wouldn't listen. A thin blood, from what I've been told, is a vampire whose blood is weaker than most.
That's true.
Rolf, my sire, told me some vampires consider thin bloods a bad omen and want them destroyed. Rolf wasn't a thin blood, and apparently I am. I don't know why. Rolf abandoned me. His group wouldn't take me in. They said I was a liability. He left me with so many questions, and I did the same thing to E, but I didn't want to leave.
Now, you'll never be able to convince her to go back to E if you try to blackmail her. She just gets mad and runs out. Seek your thin-blooded lover.
Doesn't hate me anymore? I'll go see him. Thank you. Oh, about tonight, what I did? Please, don't tell E. It's not my fault. I couldn't control it. I've never done anything like this before. I'm no killer.
So now I'm going to awkwardly walk out the door.
Why'd you have to go and let that bitch out? There's one less villain.
That was not under my control, by the way, if you couldn't tell.
Let her go and eat him, huh? Now I'll never get to do in that bastard myself. Well, you know what? No blood for you. No more.
So, there's 3 ways to do this. You can pay him, and he will continue to sell you blood. That's the worst option. The second worst option is you do a side quest where you find a new person that he gets blood from. You kind of convince her to come back here. He locks her in the freezer, and there you go. And of course, this option of convincing him with magic. also leads to some unique dialogue.
What were we laughing about?
There you go. Handled. Very cool. So, I still have one thing I need to do in here before I leave. There's this plank blocking this little hole in the wall. Get to do some amazing source physics. Hey. Of course, standing on this makes me slide all around. It's hard to tell. This guy looks like the person we saw on that license plate. Or driver's license rather. Well, now we can get into his personal effects. Oh no. Oh, I'm very low on blood now. I get the key to something called Foxy Boxes. It's worth 1 XP. Is there a book in here? There is not. Okay. I've been kind of misremembering a few things. Notably, I played a few times with a mod called Bloodlines Plus, I believe. It's just the Plus patch, basically. And that moves some items around, changes a few difficulties of things. There's the office key, by the way. It just now has spawned. Who can I get to get some blood from? Guess probably Dr. Malcolm. Let's do a little save here, though. I'm a bit nervous about this with people standing right over there. Also, I have been playing a bit on my own time, not for the LP. And the reason for that is I want to set up a few things. I'm going to do things in a certain way. And I would like to show the alternate option that I will not be able to do as this character. So I think this guy will still let me walk around. I think he will also let me nom on his neck. And I can actually kill this guy because this is a combat zone up this top part. Sorry, buddy. You're very helpful. Automatically took his gun, I guess. So, got the werewolf blood. I've got Virgil Crumb, and I've rescued Lily. So I think we're done here, unless I need to come back to buy some blood, and also the patient. The patient I helped out by feeding her some blood. So we need to go back to my apartment to drop off the werewolf blood. And I believe, I don't remember if I've gotten Dr. Malcolm's bribe money yet. I didn't. Okay. Take this. Werewolf blood, where are you? Oh, missed it. Flat. And what do we get? Nothing till I leave. So we may have, I get Masquerade Redemption and no XP. That's a bit of a shame. You may have noticed I picked up a few books. I did not read them. The reason for this is,
Thanks for coming back.
if you sell them to, oh, actually,
Oh, damn it, who told you that? Huh? What are you smoking? More importantly, where can I get some? Look,
I can't have people talking about this, you know? I'm not exactly properly licensed, and these weapons aren't precisely legal. Look, now, I appreciate your business, and I'll sell to you, but don't tell anyone else, okay? Keep your nose clean. All right. Come and take a look, then.
So, I need to buy this. If you sell books to Trip, he will take them into his inventory, and you can buy them back as many times as you want. Meaning, you can use a book multiple times as long as you have enough money. So, need to sell him this one. Drugs, prescription, pills, and this is the one I just bought. This is gonna be like $8. Eh. That should do. And then I read this, increase my ranged combat ability.
Coming back. What you need? Alright, here's what we got today.
So, you may notice that So You Want to Shoot Things it's back in stock. I'm probably going to have to buy a second one of these, the Voyeur Field Guide. I believe this one is Stealth. Stealth, yeah, sneaking. That increased my stealth skill. Cool, that's why I didn't actually buy any stealth skill with XP.
What you need? Here's what we got today.
I think I'm maxed out on it. Yep, I sure am. Okay, that's good. What I wanted to do that for. That trick is useful because there's a couple of unique books in the game, and being able to duplicate them with Trip means you can get 2 points out of them. Okay, I need to go back to the beach. Talk to E and tell him that I've found Lily. What's happening to my voice? I've been talking too much. I've been misremembering the plus patch a lot of times. It's a good mod. I may do a playthrough of that, I don't know, on my own time, or something like that later. Oh, here's Lily. And you, and you, and E.
Brought my Lily back. She told me all about what happened. I don't know why you held this, but your blood's worth bottling. I'll never let her go again. Thank you.
Get some XP.
We're going to be getting out of LA soon. Too dangerous here. Rosa told us something big's about to happen, and I don't want to be here when the jack comes out of the box. Take that for what you will.
He has already exited his box, but has not yet scared his children. Good lines.
Hi. This life's been hard on him, both of us, but he forgives me.
They seem happy.
Family with a place out in the middle of nowhere in Oregon. It should be okay for us to stay out there, as long as we're together.
Luck to the letter and the flower. Bye, Lily. Did I...
There's nothing I can do.
Oh, that's this guy.
I'm damned.
So I learned after the fact that if your persuasion skill is high enough, it's not a Malkavian thing, then you can do that thing where you get a bunch of money out of him or selling him the steak and blood and bubblegum. But it costs you humanity and potentially a Masquerade violation. Since we do another couple quests that increase Masquerade and Humanity, it kind of evens out. Oh, I forgot, there's actually a fifth option for getting Vandal to sell blood to you again. If your Humanity is low, he asks you what's the best way you've ever violenced someone up. And you describe, like, murdering innocents to him, and he's cool with that. Anyway, this is going to lead to combat. I'm not really prepared for that yet. So, we're going to head down to the sewers and head towards the Ocean View Hotel. If I recall which way to go. Check out these water effects, by the way. Half-Life water effects. Not bad at all. It seems awfully nice and clear water for being in a sewer, but we won't question it. Now, we'll go up here. Get this loading screen. I will say, I'm going to end this part here, and I'll make the Ocean View Hotel its own separate part. Won't that be cool? Because this is a nice little section. It's one of the better designed levels I've ever seen in a video game, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, thanks for watching Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I'll see you next time.